when I think about how I'm part of Ninja Cart, it's primarily because uh, after my cloud journey with SAP Ariba, it was into the procurement space. I was thinking, what next? Uh, Now this industry actually, the agri industry, I was very sure to be part of this industry for the next 10 to 15 years, purely because what happens in developed countries is largely production and consumption is consolidated. Look at India and any developing country, there are crores of farmers on one side owning just 3 to 5 acres of land, and there are crores of kirana stores on the other side, and lakhs together of supply in between guys who make all the supply chain work. Now this creates a big, supply chain management and decentralized and issues. So that's why the supply chain optimizations is a very slow process. So I said it's very interesting problem. Given the number of nodes that are there as part of this industry, I should definitely be part of it. A lot of innovation that is possible, and that's how I joined Ninja Cart. Every value chain has got multiple personas. Just to name a few, see, it starts with the farmer. A farmer is buying input from the retailers. A farmer is selling to aggregator, then aggregator is selling it to a source trader, then source trader selling it to a destination trader selling it to a wholesaler, and wholesaler selling it to a retailer. Now this value chain itself has got different personas, and then each persona has got a different value proposition that he is bringing in the agri value chain, right? So the first biggest problem is the complex supply chain that gets involved, right? The complexity of the supply chain and the number of personas is one of the biggest challenge to make this particular thing work. Second thing is, all these personas who are involved, they are not technologically very savvy guys. So it's not like you can just do any technology and then they will be able to adapt to it. So you have to be a lot more clear in what you are trying to develop solutions for them. It should be as easy, simple, and then accessible to different mechanisms to make these particular solutions work, right? And the third biggest problem, as I said, the number of nodes itself are crazily decentralized. So it's a 3 to 5 acre land for each of the farmers that has got, and then the number of SKUs itself adds double the amount of complexity, because each SKU in each region has got its own different behaviors. So all these things put together, it's a very complex ecosystem. We at Ninja Cart are trying to do is we are trying to build the rails for commerce, finance, and the tooling around all these personas, where we are not only actually building technology for all these particular guys, we are making sure it is done in such a fashion where any other company is pluggable into our ecosystem, so that because it's impossible for any one company to solve the kind of problem that is effectively going on. The only way it can effectively be solved is using a protocol and a rails based approach. And at Ninja Cart, what we are trying to do exactly is build those rails. Build those rails for each of these personas, where these personas become accessible to almost any particular company who wants to provide different services around finance, commerce, and any tooling that these personas effectively need. Pod will have, let's say, around 6 to 10 developers, right? And engineering manager, and an architect supporting them, and a program manager supporting them, along with the products driving it, the analytics supporting the pod, and the business solution guys being part of the pod. So the org culture and the org ecosystem itself is built around how the technological framework is set up. I think the major difference between any other company, at least at this point in time, versus Ninja Cart is, I think we are the first ones to think about this whole platform architecture and start working towards the agri value chain in a completely platform approach, versus largely which companies are focusing on is completely operational model around anything that is happening around this particular space. I think That is one big difference. The second biggest difference is covering the whole value chain. We are not just focusing on, let's say, one personas or two personas. We are effectively focusing on the complete value chain in addressing the problem. I think these are the two biggest advantages what NinjaCard has done. Now, with respect to my career, this whole this is like an industry transformation, right? And when somebody is looking at completely, you are at a place and you are able to see that you are able to touch and change a complete industry altogether, which is such a core. I don't think anybody else can expect more than this in any other place.